Welcome back to Internet Frenzy. What is good?
What's good, y'all?
So many things.
Let's go. My Dr. Pepper, crispier than crisp.
You're going to have to edit that out.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I actually really liked that.
Okay.
America.
Woo!
Sponsor us, Pepsi.
Dr. Pepper.
None of us have a Pepsi.
We're all drinking Dr. Pepper as we speak.
That's true.
Okay.
All right, welcome back, everybody.
What's up?
Another week. Let's freaking do it. Quick little recap. Last week's theme was behind closed doors. Had some good ones. We got to find out which one was fake. First of all, renting an Airbnb to catch up with your estranged brother.
That was crazy. That was Marley's.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one.
Gnarly story.
Love
We had
that.
Littlefoot over there with the wife doing the divorce prepping.
Mm-hmm.
A little sus.
Could be fake.
Next one was my story. Pretending to mourn the husband's death. The husband was abusive all those years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
And then last but certainly not least, seeing sister's poison search history.
Yeah. That was crazy.
So crazy. That was so spectacular.
Oh my god. It sounds like
It's so crazy. It was a true story. It was so crazy.
you know that trend that's going around where they're like, where they like clap. And
Yeah.
they're like, yay! Woo! It was literally that.
Give me the money. one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know.
It was crazy, and we're all like,
Yeah.
That was pretty insane.
it was crazy. It was crazy.
Actually,
It sounded fake.
as soon as I said that was crazy, you all busted out laughing. There was no silence. I was
Oh no,
There
it was
was a
there
good
was
amount of
there was,
silence that
there was a
made us
chunk.
laugh.
You must have forgot.
like, I'm delusional.
It was like
You trauma blocked.
we all
Yeah.
really looked at each other like, did that really just happen?
That was crazy. Pause.
Like, did you hear that? Did you?
Wait a minute.
Anyways, I was the fake. I'm excited to see what this week's all about. We're starting today off with a bang, and we're doing Tinder horror stories. It's gonna get crazy. I'm scared.
I'm not scared.
I'm
But
a little
excited.
spooked.
Do you have any of your own Tinder horror stories? You probably do.
No.
Yeah, not buying.
You have a Tinder horror story. I do
Chill
not.
with it, okay?
I do not. Please tell yours.
No, it's not. It's like
Joe,
not for the podcast.
Do you guys want to hear a cool confession by me?
Yes.
I've never had any dating apps.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I've been authentic.
Well, you guys also were high school sweethearts and then went on a mission and then came home and got married.
Yeah, there was no time.
Were you
So-
ever even single after age 12?
No, I wasn't.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, dating apps were not a thing for you. Dating apps were fun, though. They were a vibe.
Oh, I mean, hey,
You should
there's
have to
some good and
swipe
some
up
bad.
on bunch of catfishes.
Mm-hmm.
Swipe right.
It really is, like, totally fake, everything.
My date has a terminal illness. We've talked back and forth for several weeks. She's beautiful, like not a conventional 10 out of 10, but she checks all my preferences boxes. So to me, she's a 10. She's the funniest girl I've ever talked to. She's kind, she's caring, she seems to dig me. I'm not sure why. I thought she was too busy because she worked in healthcare. The actual reason is she has a terminal illness that ensures that she will be dead or severely incapacitated by the time she's 30. She's currently 21 and wise beyond her years. Has a very stable job and is far more mature than anyone I've ever met. We met only once because she feels it's unfair to let someone love her, and she was starting to feel like we had something developing. She told me this morning. My heart sank, but I cracked a few jokes about it, made her laugh a little bit. A few felt great to make her laugh. The date we had is one of my favorite moments of my entire life. It was passionate, calm, light, funny, and well, the first night we effed, but in the morning, once the booze ran out, we made love. I've been obsessed with the kiss she gave me on my neck. This is poetry. There was something so sincere about it. I'm lusting hard and beyond the last. I feel like there was so much more underneath. Guys.
He's in love.
He's lusting.
Hard.
It's not love. I lust hard for you.
It's not love.
I asked my dad for advice. He met the love of his life. She died of lung cancer after 5 years. He told me, son, if you feel this is right and you love her, just go for it. I asked my dad for advice. He met the love of his life and she died of lung cancer after 5 years. He told me, son, if you feel this is right and you love her, just go for it. If I had known day one she was going to die, knowing all the good time we had had before she died, I'd still do it in a heartbeat. She made me a better man in so many ways, and so I'm my dad's son, right? I think she's worthy of being loved. I want her to experience it truly. I want to be there for her and get her mind off death. I want to fall asleep holding her next to me for all the time that we got. I'm going to see her tomorrow to give her flowers and a drawing I made for her. She seemed really happy about it and told me to knock on her door so she could steal a hug. I'll try to steal a kiss. This is so crazy. But I feel like if there's a God, I must be a effing joke to him. I just got dumped by my girlfriend of 12 years for my best friend of 20 years. And through 3 Tinder dates, I had the worst date of my life with a crazy girl, a very awkward date with someone that absolutely didn't look like their pictures, and the best date of my life is with a dying girl. My life is an effing sitcom at this point. Hope your dating life is going better than mine.
That took a turn.
Let me finish.
My poor homie.
I'm starting to think that this Tinder thing sucks. If anyone has experienced dating people with a terminal illness, let me know.
Oh, that's kind of sad. That's probably a little mean.
And there's a lot of people that have that like it's like a whole nother story time in this comments.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That poor guy.
I know. He's
But at
so
this-
in love.
But at the same time, like, the poor girl. What do you mean? Like,
Exactly. Let's go to that.
the poor guy.
Oh, this guy, he's just gonna.
Oh
live a
no,
great
poor
life.
guy.
I'm lusting so hard and I can't go for her because she's gonna die. Like, bro, if that's your only problem in life is you lusting and you can't have it, get in line.
Wow.
Find you?
No.
No, I just feel bad. I just feel bad for the girl because she's like holding herself back from living
So sad.
because she's
just
like,
not gonna love.
yeah,
Do you think she loves him?
Oh, for sure.
probably.
I'm sorry.
Sounds like it.
You think so?
It seems like it. Yeah, it seems like
Okay, but
it seems like they like have times where they they were like loving each other, not just like
They
doing
make
it just
love
because.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
But do you think it makes her more attractive that she does like this? Like, do you think that to him, like, oh, like, you know, you always kind of want what you can't have type of thing?
Oh yeah,
Maybe
for
that's
sure.
like,
But you're right. People want what they can't have. He's kind of chasing her a little bit. So what if it was like the opposite and she was pursuing him more? Do you think he would not be lusting so hard?
Yeah, probably. I think he would be trying to get out of the situation,
Yeah. I agree.
but it was kind of just weird how he was so happy the whole time, and then at the end he's like, "My life sucks."
okay, well, it kind of does. Did you hear everything?
Yeah,
he's been
everything
through?
tracks. Like, of course his life sucks. His girlfriend of 12 years left him for his best friend of 20 years. So he lost his best friend and his girlfriend, went on a date with the dweeb and a crazy girl, and then a dying one. I'm sorry, that sucks. Okay, Daddy gets to love for another 9 years max, and the last couple of years of it, based on what he said, she's going to be like deteriorating and not coherent. That's like, that is, should be a movie, 1, and 2, could not draw it up worse for a fella.
Yeah.
Right.
But his dad was pimp though. I liked his dad's advice.
Yeah, because
he was like,
that's a
I've been
generational
through
pattern
it.
you got to keep.
I've been through it, and I am grateful. Like, he was happy.
I feel for him. That freaking sucks. This is so embarrassing, but I just have to get this off my chest and tell somebody because I just thought of this and was cringing so hard at myself. Basically, I'd just broken up with my longtime girlfriend of 7 years and I was trying to make friends. I used Tinder as one of the ways to do that. It was in my bio and everything that I was just looking for friends. Anyways, this girl matches with me and is being super flirty, asking to meet up and hang out, and it all goes way over my head. I legit wasn't thinking about sex at all. It's so surreal looking back just how bad this girl tried to sleep with me, and I just kept so innocently and accidentally blowing her off. She must have been so frustrated, OMG. She asks to hang out one day and gives me her address. I drive to her place expecting to hang out, and she says we can't stay at her place because her family is weird, so she suggests we go to mine. I lived with roommates at the time and didn't want to bring someone I just met to their space since they just had a kid. We talked about that and agreed no strangers during this time, and it was just past COVID. So we thought about where we would go, and she suggested a hotel. I thought about it and was like, Yeah, it's basically like renting a room for a day, and we can grab my PS4 from my house real quick and game on their TV. I'll even get some snacks.
I'm in.
So we drove to my house. I ran and grabbed my PS4, and then we drove to the motel. The lady working behind the desk sees us, 19F and 21M, walk in and ask for a room, and just gives us a sly smile while handing us the key. The girl got red, and I literally didn't know why, but didn't think anything of it. We get to the room. I start hooking up the PS4 while she just sits there on the bed, taking her shoes off and jacket off. And then I turn on the TV and sit next to her, handing her a controller. She starts scooting closer to me, and I'm like, okay, so we can either play a co-op RPG game if you want a story, or we can go old school shooter if you're looking to compete, or we can team up against online peeps in WWE.
I'm triggered.
And the entire time, my mind is just focused on having a good time and hanging out with my new friend. We get through a couple hours of playing different games and eventually order a pizza and decide to watch a movie. So now we're sitting on the bed, a whole cushion apart, watching a movie while eating pizza. After it got dark and the movie ended, I was like, I guess I should get you home now. And she was super silent the whole ride back. I couldn't figure out if I'd done something wrong. No. After I drop her off and tell her I had fun, she literally slams my door closed and walks inside. I was taken aback and spent the whole drive back to my place trying to figure out if I'd said something or was rude in any way.
Wait, stop right there. I just see that meme, you know, where like all of the numbers are popping up and like all the math signs. He's just like driving home and he's just like, what did I do wrong?
It should have been The Sims. I went straight to the RPG.
Oh, dang it.
Should have just played Fortnite.
I texted her a couple days later and she had blocked me. So that's the story of how my completely oblivious ass blue-balled some Tinder chick who wanted dick but instead got 6 hours of Borderlands and a 2-hour in-depth rundown of the Elder Scrolls lore and why the Khajiit have 7 different races based on their births in relationship to the moon cycles.
Oh.
Shut up.
My God.
6 hours? He put this girl through 6
6
hours
of
that
Borderlands.
eventually something was going to happen and then he just arrives her home.
Obviously, she was a gamer then.
I mean, it seems
probably
like
not.
she had to. There should have been something where he thought that playing video games was going to be fun
Like
for
I'm
her.
sure they were both like gamers.
He just thought of her as a bro, so
Just his
thought
new
that'd be
friend,
great.
his new pal.
New pal,
Let's
have
go to
fun
the-
tonight.
Let's go to the hotel and game.
So crazy. That's so crazy.
I can't even imagine.
Oh, that's my favorite story I've ever read on this app.
No, seriously, that was really good.
Is there any like updates? Like, does he have a new girlfriend? Is he still dating, or is he just lonely forever now with his video games?
There's no updates. There's nothing about like where he's at now. Just people playing with him. People just loving him, saying that he's the best,
The most
Most
like
dude
the
in the
most,
world.
Like, sweet little guy.
most socially aware Reddit user. Somebody said.
Aw.
It's so funny.
I love
That was
one.
hilarious.
That's really good.
Someone said, cringy or not, you matched with someone on a dating app. That is a massive success.
Oh wow.
I mean, in this state of his life, maybe.
He's 19.
And he was writing it looking back, cringing at himself. I don't know how
Right.
old he is when he's writing
It's
it,
just
but
like
Yeah,
he said it was right after COVID.
he's like, yeah, that one time when I literally tortured a girl for 8 hours in a hotel room, but not the way you
Balder,
think.
I love that he said that.
Yes.
Blue Balder.
Blue balled the Tinder chick.
Oh my gosh.
goodness, poor thing.
That was funny.
So that poor girl, the top comment, the most like highest rated one says, now I really want to hear the story from the POV of the girl.
Oh, seriously.
Oh my gosh. That
Seriously,
would be
I bet
so
she's got a
funny.
rant somewhere.
And somebody's
She has to.
the
Or
response
TikTok.
to that is, I'm picturing her saying something like, thanks again for getting the room. You know, I was realizing earlier that I haven't had sex in so long. It's seriously been months. And him being like, dude, same. Okay, so we're coming up on the mini boss. What you're going to want to do next is...
The mini boss.
That's hilarious.
Hey, gaming is life.
Oh.
Game is
Sure
life.
For some 21-year-old
He was
scrub.
playing lots of games that night.
Yeah,
Lots.
precisely. Oh, and this one's so good. This comment says, legit sad this didn't end up with, and that's how I met your mother.
Oh.
That would have been amazing.
That would
That
have
would've been a good one.
crazy.
That would have been good.
it.
I know. It's like it would have been way better if they ended up together and having kids and starting life.
Yeah, and little gamer babies.
But that's not the way this story goes. This guy fumbled and it's over, and that girl's.
He didn't really fumble though. He didn't care.
I mean, that's true.
I guess he's.
He was just chilling.
And he like
honestly,
he was
no.
just looking for
It was
friends
it was a success for him. He got someone to play PS4 with him.
for 6 hours.
That was that was a success.
I just can't fathom it. 21 years old, like let's get a motel and shoot people.
Yeah,
It does not
that's
make
pretty
sense.
crazy.
I matched with a girl named Sarah on Tinder. Her profile seemed pretty normal, and we hit it off quickly through messaging. After a week of chatting, we decided to meet up for a coffee date at a cafe downtown. When I arrived at the cafe, Sarah was already there, sitting at a table. We began the typical small talk. As the conversation went on, I noticed something unsettling. Sarah seemed to know an insane amount of personal details about me. Details I hadn't shared. For example, she mentioned that she knew about my little brother's soccer games and even talked about my favorite video game in a lot of detail. At first, I thought it was just a coincidence or that maybe she had overheard me talking about these things online, but then things started to get really creepy. Sarah mentioned that she knew about my parents' anniversary dinner last month and even referenced a private joke my family has. I was a bit shook, trying to piece together how she knew so much. I asked her directly how she knew these things, and she just smiled and said she had a good memory. The conversation took an even stranger turn when Sarah talked about my friends and mentioned something specific about a recent outing. She even knew about a personal struggle I'd been dealing with, something I hadn't mentioned to anyone. She could tell I was getting uncomfortable. She starts to play off saying that she's been following my social media accounts closely, piecing together information from my posts and photos. She said she was just really interested in getting to know me and wanted to make sure we had a connection. I was both creeped out and relieved when the date ended. I made an excuse about having an early morning and quickly left the cafe. I decided to unmatch her on Tinder and block her on social media. I haven't been on a Tinder date since.
The stalker, Sarah.
Sarah.
Seriously, it's like she's gotten bugged.
Can you imagine going into a first date and they know these weird things and you're like, wait, hold on. Wait, what? Like, what do you mean my brother's soccer game? Like, how did you know about that?
Yeah, that didn't bother you at all on our first date.
When you're talking about
Little Isaiah over there.
little bears.
A little bear playing with Hot Wheels.
Eating Takis and...
Cheeseburgers.
That was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Taki Fiego.
Update. After blocking her on Tinder and social media, I didn't think I'd have to deal with her again. But things took a darker turn. Sarah randomly began popping up at places I was at. The first time I was at the mall. I spotted her standing near the entrance while I was with my friends. I thought it was a coincidence, but then I saw her again a week later outside my gym parking lot. Each time she didn't approach me, but her presence was enough to make me feel uneasy. So I decided it was time to take action. I filed a report with the local authorities detailing the incidents and providing any evidence I had. They took the situation seriously and advised me on steps to protect myself. While it was terrifying, I felt relieved to have taken the necessary precautions.
Dang, hope OP's okay.
I know.
Because she could kill him.
She really could. Like
That's weird.
that's taking it to a whole nother level. It's not just some girl that has a crush on him that like is obsessed or whatever or lusting hard. It's like she is actually, there's definitely like some mental health issues there or something because
she's just crazy.
it's
Well, what's so crazy is like she had to somehow know who he was before they matched on Tinder, then try and match on Tinder.
I think they matched on Tinder and then she went to like full on investigating mode.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
And
Gotcha.
maybe someone she knows knows him.
Oh yeah, maybe they have a mutual
Like
friend.
there's a mutual friend, and so she was like, "Hey,
Asking
tell me
all these-
everything you know about this guy."
That could definitely be.
But then I think she went probably a little crazy. Man, I do really like this dude. I'm gonna follow him around now.
Oh.
Because she says on the date, she could tell he was getting uncomfortable and she said like, look, like I just wanted to make sure we had like a really good connection. So that's why like on social media I like looked you up and was like basically stalking your stuff. Which if someone said that to me on a date, like I wanted to make sure we had a really good connection, I'd be like,
so fake.
why would you want to make sure? That's so creepy.
Am I the asshole for not taking my Tinder date along because she just wanted to be friends? I went on a date 2 days ago with a girl I was talking to on Tinder for a couple of weeks. Our date was really planned in advance, but the morning of, I got tickets for indoor skydiving and thought that that'd be a good way for us to meet up, so I invited her for lunch and then skydiving, and then maybe a movie after.
That's a good date.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
pimped out.
Doing too much.
And it was last minute. But
And it was last minute.
I picked her up, we went out for sushi, and during our lunch, she said she was just looking for friends and not really dating. Honestly, it kind of killed the mood because I'm looking to date more than friends. If she wanted to just be friends, though, I decided I'd rather do the skydiving with someone else. So in the middle of lunch, I excused myself to call my buddy to see if he was down, and he was up for it.
Oh my god.
I agree.
When it came to time to pay for the meal, I paid for both of us
Okay.
and told her I had fun, but this is where we part ways. She got
My
upset.
friend now.
Yeah.
Forget you, girl.
She got upset and she was excited for skydiving, and I told her I'm not looking for more friends. I was interested in pursuing a romantic relationship, and if she's not interested, then I'm not interested. I left her at the sushi place to go meet up with my friend, and off we went, my phone exploding with nasty texts all throughout.
Oh no.
Was I the asshole? The only way I think I might be is I picked her up but didn't bring her home. Otherwise, it's not my obligation to provide essentially a stranger with a fun day. P.S. Indoor skydiving was sort of lame. Just for your reference, in case you ever wanted to do it.
Who is this guy?
Oh, okay.
Sounds terrible.
I actually love this dude. I feel like I would do similar to what he's doing. If you're spending a full day and you planned it out, I know it was last minute plan, but still, you have to plan that stuff out. You're sitting across this girl, you think she's hot, you're interested, and she tells you like, oh, I'm not looking to date, I just want to be friends. She friend zoned him. She's not interested. Why would he keep her the rest of the day?
And honestly, she probably wasn't interested in him, and that's probably the excuse she says to all the guys.
Yeah, she's not interested.
Is, oh,
Maybe she's looking for a chase. Maybe she's trying to see if that guy even like telling them
No.
that he could have
If
just
you
like,
say that
like,
to
I'm
a
gonna
guy-
show you a good time and change your mind by the end of the night.
Let me tell you something. If I ever went on a date, it is messed up because
Why is she on Tinder?
she should not have gone on a date with him because she knew just by the pics, just by the vibe, that she was not going to actually be interested in him. She was using him for a free lunch, indoor skydiving, and whatever. Like, that's so... Yeah, if she's going to be smart, like I was, you just don't tell him until after the date's over.
Right.
You know?
So he's trying to make a move, and you're like,
And then you say, whoa, I'm not ready yet.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm not ready yet. Call me later, and then you don't answer.
then you can kiss me on the neck and lust for me hard later.
Lust for me hard.
Later.
And then I'm gonna tell you I'm dying.
Oh,
Yep.
cute.
Well, all our stories are now combined.
Joe, any thoughts?
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, do you think this guy's the jerk? He should have dropped her off.
This guy is for sure the asshole. You guys don't think he's the asshole?
I'm
That's
with Joe.
crazy.
I'm with Joe.
I don't think that's
No,
crazy.
listen.
I think she's the asshole.
Calls
Hey.
his buddy. Like, imagine, hey, Scouser, you want to go and... Doesn't want to actually, kiss me, so screw her.
But here's the thing. She's the asshole. She should have never even gone to begin with. She was in it for a free day.
100%.
You can't tell me you would do that.
Oh, I would definitely do
Wait,
that,
hold on,
but I would
hold
not
on.
get caught doing that.
Is she the asshole because she led him on for the date? Because she knew she didn't want to be serious with him? You're saying she's the asshole for that?
Yeah, she shouldn't have gone.
Why are you on Tinder when
How
you're
many
just
times
wanting
have
to
you
have
done that?
friends?
Ask Joe's friend that.
I've done it a couple of times.
The point is that she was upfront with him, right? She communicated with him.
Not until they were sitting
Hey.
across the table.
The thing is, you don't know. You don't know what that date could lead to in terms of maybe she changes her mind. Maybe you guys have some more chemistry. Maybe she introduces you to somebody else. Like, it's just better to just put good vibes into the universe and be a good person. And like, he didn't even have fun with his friend skydiving. So like, just make the most of it. You cannot have too many friends. That's asshole attitude.
That was actually so rude.
Like, just be nice to this girl, finish out the date, and if you don't marry her, it's okay because you didn't lose anything.
Other than $45.
More than that.
Well,
Indoor
like-
skydiving is expensive.
But like, that's the risk that you take when you're dating. You don't know if every single date it's going to be like your person. It's like, that is what dating is. So
What if during the dating apps, like when they were talking, she was really flirty and things like that, and so he's thinking it's going to be something. They show up to the lunch, and she's like, yeah, no, I'm not looking today. I'm not looking for anything. Like, he obviously was not expecting that, right? He would have Definitely not even taking her to the lunch.
What if she wants to be friends with benefits? He didn't even try and find her.
Maybe he did try.
He did not at all.
He didn't. He literally hooked up with his bro.
That's pretty pimp, though.
He got up,
Called
called his friend.
Left her at the sushi restaurant. This dude is, if there's no question in the world, this guy is the asshole.
I think they're both wrong.
100.
I think she's wrong.
I think her intentions were to get a free, awesome day.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
And what he...
That has to be 90% of Tinder.
Yes, exactly.
So get off Tinder. I just think if you're not there to actually look for someone to date, don't be on Tinder. If you're looking for friends, go on Facebook or Instagram and follow everyone you find.
Well, and that's like proving the point of she just was not interested in him.
Yeah.
That was really it.
She knew.
Or she just had defenses up. Maybe she's been burnt 100 times. And so she's like, I got to take this really slow. Can we just be friends first? Sorry, we're not going to a hotel after this. Like, let's just...
So play 6 hours.
Well, I think she could have explained that better than
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't have a chance.
hey, I want to take this really slow. We can go on a few dates, but I'm not kissing you.
Do you think he asked that though? Because it didn't sound like that's really what the conversation was.
Straight
Well,
to,
it was just
bye, girl.
instantly he probably didn't even say. She probably just brought it up oh, by the way, I just want to be friends. And he's like, oh, okay.
There's just no question in my mind because he left her at the sushi restaurant.
Yeah.
Just finish the date, bro. It's just money.
That he should have just took her home.
Yeah.
And he
At
should
least that.
have. And he should have lied.
that.
He should have tried to
Literally
lie
at
too. Maybe hey, I got really bad diarrhea. Sorry, I can't go do the thing tonight.
Sorry, the sushi just went straight through me, girl.
Indoor skydiving and diarrhea do not mix.
And girls that don't like me do not mix. So
Yeah, true.
So goodbye.
So eat shit.
Eat my shit as the indoor skydive. So we already know this guy is an asshole. So maybe when they were talking, no, listen to me. They're having sushi and he just gives off bad vibes, that he really is just not a good person. And she's like, oh, maybe she did go into it oh my gosh, I want to see if this guy's really nice and if it's gonna work. But then all leading up to her saying that she wants to be friends, he's just an ass.
Yeah.
and it's just
thinks he's the
yeah,
shit.
it's just only talking about himself, or we don't have her side. Maybe she was just no, this guy is not it. I just want to be friends, and she was completely turned off by him.
Who's the fake?
Who is
Who's the fake? I haven't even thought about that.
I think Marley, because that was a crazy one.
What was hers, Mar?
The terminally ill.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
It sounds. It's it's giving 5 feet apart.
Yeah.
I think it's between Joe and Whitney.
No,
Really?
mine's real.
I really
PS4.
like Joe's.
Okay, the PS4 one, if Joe was gonna have a fake story, that is exactly what his fake story would be.
That's what I'm thinking.
It was hilarious.
That's fact.
I love that your guys, you and Joe's was
Yeah, the
counter, that was good.
Some guys just want a game. Some guys
Wanna
will ditch a girl. Follow us on social media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a rating on your favorite podcasting app. We love you. Thanks for listening.
Frenzies on 3. 1, 2, 3.
This is done. We love you all. Have a great week.